Step 1, open your ears. Step 2, get your binoculars out because we're going to look at players to watch going into Game Week 2. Did you have Alisson, Robertson, Fraser and Bernardo Silva to get you a combined of 4 points? Oh, I'm really sorry, but also, I like it. Sometimes players just seem like really good options and they're popular, and then they just don't turn up to work. So let's look at a few players that impressed in the first game week, and you should look to bring in soon with good fixtures coming up. The first players we're going to look at are defo keepers. No, it's goalkeepers. David De Gea was the highest scoring goalkeeper with 10 points, after he made 7 saves, the most out of any keeper, as well as a clean sheet and bonus points. I think he could get similar points to Ederson and Alisson last season, and is cheaper than them right now, and he even has 2 fit legs, unlike Alisson. Rest in peace, Alisson owners. But De Gea could actually be back to his bests. Then the cheaper Poundland options, I'm going for Ryan over Pope, because even though they both made 3 saves and a clean sheet, getting Ryan would save you Pope's bad fixtures versus Arsenal, Wolves and Liverpool next, where Ryan versus West Ham, Southampton, and then Man City, where he could concede 7, but let's ignore that for now. Final keeper to shout out is Heaton. His saves are almost as good as Villa's next few fixtures, only playing 1 top 6 team in the next 8 games. So could be good to look out for, especially saying Villa conceded 31 shots. So good potential of save points. Now on to some players I'm going to defend. And also they are. Peters and Maitland-Niles scored the most with 14 and 12 points. But they would be bad as they play each other in Game Week 2 and then Liverpool each Game Week 3 and then 4. So close your eyes and not watch them. But the defenders I am going to suggest are first name can't, second name pronounce, but could possibly be a consistent 4.5 million starter in Leicester's team. And also he loves playing with the ball, making 78 passes, so maybe potential of assists too. I'm playing Sheffield and then Bournemouth in Game Week 3 and 4 for a good and cheap option. Next up is a very attacking 4.5 million Montoya for Brighton. He made a couple of crosses going forward in a 5 at the back, but not sure if they will stick to that. And play West Ham and Southampton next to potentially renew Game Week after potentially not doing anything. But one to look out for now. And finally, we're going to go 2 girls, Wan Bissaka, just because he had a great game getting that clean sheet and a lot of tackles to get 2 bonus points. And if you aren't planning on getting De Gea, he would be a great alternative, as even though he's not the best crosser, he found himself in some promising positions, and maybe one of those promising positions can be in your team. Now on to the midfield. Obviously Sterling and Salah impressed. Sterling even took the ball home. But the first mid to make you go mad not having is Martial, playing as the main striker for Man United, and even though he could be in risk of rotation, a 7.5 million forward as a midfielder for a United team that looks like they could score quite a few is definitely one to keep your eyes peeled. Then we have John McGinn, who could go McGinn your team, after he even scored a goal against Spurs, and then very favourable fixtures that Villa have again, so for 5.5 million, good potential of returns from a very good enabler. Next up, maybe more to look for in a few weeks, as the bold fraud Pep might rotate him 180 degrees every other week from the bench to the pitch. It's Riyad Mahrez. He was very impressive getting a hat-trick of FPL assists, and with Sané just chilling with Mendy in the recovery room, Mahrez could have more chances to play, and being priced between Bernardo and De Bruyne could make up the perfect Man City sandwich. Until he just randomly doesn't get selected even when he's fully fit and playing amazingly. That's why he's the bold fraud. Finally on 2 forwards. Kane obviously did do great, as you know, and Origi might not even play at all next week, so not suggesting them, but the 2 main attackers that really impressed me were Marcus Rashford, who took the penalty he won and scored another nice goal to get 2 goals and 3 bonus points already. And with his fixtures getting better soon, I think he's definitely a dual-wield binocular, worthy to keep an extra eye out for him, especially for his price. And finally, Timo Pukki, as a potential punt, but is very clinical, playing not the best of defences of Newcastle, Chelsea and West Ham next. This one may be quite risky at his price, but Timo Pukki might be higher than Timo non-Pukki if Norwich keep their exciting attacking play. I also want to quickly mention the high amount of low IQ transfers that have already been made, so well done to the Humpty Dumpties. The most transferred in player currently is Ederson, which at least makes sense as Alisson has hurt his baby cow with a calf injury. But one of the smartest transfers I've seen all season already is over 100,000 people transferring in Origi, when he is definitely going to play less and maybe not at all with Mane being back. Unless he does play and then probably score. But come on now, if Mane's fit, which as a straight man I will say he is, he should start. A lot of people have already transferred out Bernardo, Robertson and Fraser, which I think is a very bad move. Surely they may not have scored pretty much anything in 1 week, but there's kind of another 37 games to play to make up for it. So remember, don't rage transfer out the players you probably thought about for ages, so they probably are still good picks, just because of one bad decision or him just not playing, because it's a lot more frustrating when you just take out a player and then he scores, rather than having a good player with good chance of scoring with good fixtures, who could have and probably should have scored but didn't. You only miss what you had once it's gone, as they say. So that has been my quick summary on players that played well just in the first game week, and of course they could just decide not to do anything again for the next few weeks, but it could at least fill you with confidence having the better performing players, and always good to look out for the best transfer options for you to make when you can make them. I would suggest that you should only make transfers more for when your players aren't performing over just getting the players in that performed well, as you can't have every player, so just try and look ahead and be patient. So thanks for watching. I will be showing you my team with any potential changes and my thoughts going into Game Week 2 in the next video, and remember,